Hey, welcome to another episode of OK Boomer, the podcast, tonight featuring Triumph Torment with Doctor Strange and Dr. Doom. Brought to you by our friends over at the Inked Marketing Team. Just go to www.inked.marketing today and check it out for yourself. You can use that help with your Kickstarter or Indiegogo campaign. And they would like us to remind you that Loco Hero 2 is live on Kickstarter. That's right. The award-winning series from Monty Michael Moore is back with issue 2. Get your copy today at inked.pub/Loco Hero 2. And for more, you can download the latest episode of Creators Outlet from last night when I had a chance to sit down and chat with Mr. Moore. And there's a lot in there, so check it out for yourself. And right now, it's on with the show, and please subscribe, comment, and share. And it's Will.
And this is Thomas.
And we're tired as
that, yeah.
as that. Bless your hearts.
Yep.
And we are back with another episode of OK Boomer, going to the spinner rack this week for the Marvel graphic novel Triumph Torment, with art by Mike Mignola. I can lean over here. By Roger Stern and Mark Badger. And we're gonna dive into this and get through best we can. There's a whole lot in here.
There's a ton in here.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Thomas was reminding me this morning that, Jesus, man, 80 pages. I'm like, wow, somebody else is complaining about the page count and words, lots of words.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I found this is actually from the trade paperback they did, a Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange trade paperback, Triumph and Torment, that connects all of or most of the story arcs that kind of put this together. I don't know if you remember it. I know we're getting old, but like last year, kind of the middle of last year, I think it was, we did Astonishing Tales number 8.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one? Okay. That is the precursor to this book. That's the one where Doom goes to his castle every night and, fights the devil to try and free his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the trade, which this is the cover of the trade, and it's also the cover of the actual Marvel graphic novel, they talk about Doctor Strange going to hell before, and I didn't even know that. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So these Strange and Doom have been to the Nether Realm a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you gave everybody the artist list because this is actually the creators list for the entire trade, and it's got Mignola, Nolan, Colin, Stern, Manilow, and Conway. So I mean, there's a lot of great stuff in this trade if you're interested in it.
Gene Colan, not just some random guy's Colan.
Yeah, Gene Colan. I would hope everybody knew who I was talking about, because Colan did some awesome Doctor Strange stuff too, man. Oh my God, he did the one where Doctor Strange finally kills Dracula. That was such a good story.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, so it opens. I don't remember this guy. I've read this story years and years ago, and I was reading it this morning. I don't remember the what does it say? The immortal Genghis or aged Genghis.
Yeah.
I don't remember this guy. I always just remember the ancient one that called Doctor Strange. Where the hell did this guy come from?
I don't know, but here he is in a cape and a diaper. So
cape and a diaper.
It's Diaper Man. Now we know what happened to him.
And he may need a cape and a diaper because as we read in the story,
he's
when you start
old.
there, yeah, he's like centuries old and is like not all there. And he's just he hasn't eaten, and his helpers like, you got to eat or you're going to starve to death. And he's everything's beyond the mortal flesh, and he's talking about all the mastic and everything else. But yeah, he's old and kind of like, I don't want to say rambling or got Alzheimer's or something, but he's just rambling on, and then he talks, all of a sudden he like starts remembering the past, and he remembers meeting Doctor Doom at, the very beginning of Doom's career on the path of, becoming the world's greatest supervillain.
Yeah. And, back when he was just Victor.
Yeah, when he was before he was Doctor Doom. Yeah, he's Victor Von Doom. And this is what's cool is this is before he becomes Doctor Doom, but after he gets thrown out of college and scars himself. And the thing that's always kind of amazed me and about the character, and they show it, especially here, it's really cool because when he shows up to the gang, to see the aged Genghis, and he goes to talk to him, and he's like, I'm not going to teach you, you're not worthy to learn the magic, you don't have a pure soul, all this stuff. Doom gets mad at him and like attacks him and goes to choke him, and the guy's like, he looks at him and he's like, let me see, you have this, you suffered an injury in your quest for knowledge, minor injury, and it's a little scar on his face. And Doom freaks out about it. The little imperfection is worse than, what happens later on.
He's not beautiful anymore.
Yeah, that one little scar. And this is something that's been cool. If you read past, like you read Hawthorne and stuff, this is the same kind of stuff. That little imperfection breaks that beauty. But and Doom just freaks out. Throws this old man around. And
like,
then
what would he do if he was as ugly as me? Jeez.
Damn it. But after he throws the old man down, he leaves. And the old man actually tells him, he's like, there's some other people over there that may teach you. I'm not going to. Why the hell did you tell Dr. Doom to go learn magic from these other people? But he does. And Doom leaves, and then shortly after he's gone just a couple of hours, and Doctor Strange stumbles upon him. And Doctor Strange is actually leaving the Ancient One. And he kind of like stops by because the Ancient One's like, hey, check on my bud as you're leaving the Himalayas or whatever. And then he finds him beat up. And he stays there for a couple of weeks and nurses him back to health.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're going to meet this other guy who, if you had been here a couple hours earlier, you would have met. Dr. Doom, you'll meet him in the future. But the thing that's cool is, Doom goes and finds these guys in this other cave and learns all of their mystic arts and becomes their master. This is where he creates his armor, and this is the cool part. Do you remember if this is in the FF?
You're the FF guy.
I know, but I can't remember it on top of my head.
I'm sure that they've shown this somewhere before because I remember seeing this, and the fact that they hurried and they put the face mask on him before it had time to cool because he has no patience for anything, and instead of the slaves ending up dead, his former teachers that he has now taken over everything, and they're now his minions. And even they say in the panel right there, that he does not tarry for anything, and just put it on him lest he kill us. And they do, and then you can see like all the flame around him in that bottom lower left panel.
His head.
Yeah. He thought the one scar was bad. That now he's Cinnamon Toast Man. Because it's like, where do you pull these out of? I go, I'm demented. Okay.
But and that's the whole thing. They even try and warn him though. Yeah. Hey, the mask isn't fully cooled yet. And he's like, it doesn't matter. I don't have time to wait. Just give me the damn mask. He puts it on, and he's like, no one will ever see my ugly face again because now I have scarred it completely.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when he takes up the name I'm Doctor Doom from this point forward. The other thing's cool. This is 86 or 87, was it? I can't remember. I looked at the date earlier. So this is when Mignola was really on his stride at Marvel before he left and went to Dark Horse.
Yeah.
And started doing his creative own stuff. I forgot how good. I mean, you kind of forget how good he really was, or still is. I mean, he's just incredible, but he doesn't draw anymore like he used to. Me and you talked about that. I think it was last week. He's got a lot of people that draw his stuff now for him. But yeah, so this whole story was a flashback. It's like the Age of Genghis is just like rambling. Hey, here it is. This is what happened before when I met Doctor Doom. And he's in there. He still hasn't eaten. And then he tells his manservant that once every 100 years, the stars align, and when they do, the light of the suns come through the hole in the ceiling, and it gives him all of this power. And all of a sudden, he's like his old self. He's not rambling or anything else, and he straightens up. He kind of fills back out. And he's like, it's my destiny now to do, what I've been tasked with. And the guy's like, oh my God, what's going on? Because he's just a normal dude. And the Age of Genghis casts a spell and then leaves almost instantaneously and goes to this, to the Temple of Three in Southeast Asia. And, of course, he casts a spell and cleans it off because the jungle's all grown over the temple. And then he goes in there as he's marveling that he still has the power. And when he gets in there, he makes this giant call, like screams out over the world, but no one can really hear him except for sorcerers of a certain quality. And like this guy from the Yucatan hears it, and then somebody from Hashun, and then Great Britain, and somebody in Atlantis hears it. And of course, Doctor Doom is on his castle, overlooking it again, the country, because that's all he does. And the little Doombot's like, I can't hear anything. Doctor Doom's like, silence, and he can hear it. He listens to it, and he kind of knows what's going on. And then on our next page, we're back in Queens. Is it Queens? No, Greenwich Village, not Queens. It's in Queens. And Doctor Strange gets the summons from the Genghis. He's like, come to the Temple of Three tomorrow to meet your destiny. And we learn here that Doctor Strange sleeps in the buff.
Yeah, and I'm like, TMI.
Yeah, they banned the bat schlong, but they're gonna let the strange schlong, just flop around here. That's like, oh my God, that was funny. So he gets up, and he's like, oh, the Age of Genghis made this call. I've got to get to the Temple of the Three, and we're not supposed to go, but something's obviously up. He calls and orders, books a damn flight. Oh, I didn't get this at first. And then when I was reading it, he's like, I want to have, my strength and don't use all my magic up. So he takes the cab to the airport, gets on a plane, then he gets on a bus, then a boat, then he has to hack through the jungle until he finally gets there. And when he gets there, he, of course, takes off, changes clothes, and there's the Temple of the Three. Which I can't remember the name of the temple. It looks a lot like, but it's cool. Angkor Wat, that's it. And Doctor Strange finally goes in. But when he shows up, he realizes he's not the only one. And there are all these other super powerful sorcerers who I'm pretty sure they made up just for this issue. Because I don't see, there's no Dr. Voodoo, there's no... Who else are all the Marvel super sorcerers? Dr. Voodoo, no Damien Hellstrom. God, who else is it? Baron Mordo would be here. He's not here either. I can't think of who else would be here now. That's the only three I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's weird that they didn't have any of the other characters that we knew.
Yeah, I mean, there's nobody that I recognize. They're all made up for this story, but these are all, you find out from the ancient Genghis and the writing here that he's made the call that once every 100 years, all of the world's greatest sorcerers are called together, and when they come together, they are to fight and do battle to win the ultimate prize. And the ultimate prize is to be called the Sorcerer Supreme. Uh, and of course, they're like, it's a great honor, and they're all freaking out about it. And Doctor Strange is just like, hey, I just want to be master of the mystic arts. It's okay. I don't need to be Sorcerer Supreme. But before the fight starts, they hear like a rumble outside, and of course now you see us like an airplane landing out front, and he's like, we have a late arrival, and it's Doctor Doom who shows up. And what's cool is he shows up here, and Doctor Doom honors him, and he's like, I've learned a lot in my old age, and the I know the responsibilities of office and all this. He says, I'm not the impetuous youth I knew. And your summons intrigued me. That's why I'm here. So this is where the Genghis tells them all what's going on, and he's like, are you ready, to start the battle? But before they do, the actual Vishanti show up. Mm-hmm. All three of them, Hoggoth, Agamotto, and Oshur, however you want to say that.
Tony the Tiger.
Tony the Tiger. Damn it. And they tell him what's going on, and he says, once you have been chosen amongst yourselves who the Sorcerer Supreme will be by combat, boon will be granted. And if you don't want to stay, if you don't want to take part in this, leave. Of course, nobody leaves. And when they don't, the fight's fixing to start, and then this one guy screams up. He's like, stop! Doctor Doom, he's got all these, technological marvels, and he's wearing battle armor. He shouldn't be here. And Doom is such a callous ass. He just takes the gloves off, and he's like, okay, this will disarm my force fields and my weapon systems, and throws the damn gauntlets down. And when he does that, everybody's like, okay, so he can stay.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine now. It's like, fools.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is like back in Astonishing Tales when Doctor Doom falls on the ground and he's like, oh Lord, I'm helpless. Please don't beat me up, T'Challa. And then the Black Panther's like, I'm gonna beat you up, and Doctor Doom fries his ass.
Yeah, it's like
exactly. So when the combat starts, this kind of got me here a little bit. The aged Genghis becomes this encased in this giant gym, and when he's there, we find out that this gym is actually by the Vishanti itself. They've created it, and everybody else wants to jump in to attack it, and Doctor Strange is like, no, we got to slow down here, but nobody listens to him.
Yep.
And when
then they all get bombarded because they can't react in time, and they all basically become, zombies for the Vishanti. So that worked out well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they attack the Vishanti, and their spells are all reflected back at them. They become the zombies, and then they turn on Doctor Strange, who's trying to fight them. And Strange realizes that Doom is actually getting out of the way of the magical spells and the attacks. And he's like, I don't understand what's going on, and how's he doing it? And then when we get to this page, this is one of the things I remember from when I first read this book. Doctor Doom is like using the computer inside of his armor to actually learn all the spells from everyone else. and
Yep.
he sees that the attacks have a right ahead of the bolt is like a little infrared wave that he sees. So he's dodging the wave, which is letting him dodge the bolts.
Yeah. It's like, look, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, up, down, left, right, start.
Cuts but yeah, so him and Doctor Strange like have to kind of team up here and protect each other's back. And they, keep going on, and they're fighting all of the zombies that were created by the Vishanti. And Doctor Doom's holding his own. And then at the end, after they've defeated everyone, Doctor Strange is like, "Hey man, you did a really good job." Because he was watching as Doctor Doom was casting all these spells, and he's like, "Well, where's he learning these? He's learning them from watching y'all." And Doom actually tells him, he says, "What's cool, I'm impressed, but for every one person I defeated, you defeated two." So Doctor Doom knows he's not as strong as Doctor Strange mystically here, and yet turns on him and attacks him. Of course, Doctor Strange blows that off and encapsulates Doom. But now all of the mystic bolts are coming back at him, the ones that he flung off from Doom's spell. And he turns into his astral form to look and see what is actually inside of the crystal that's holding the aged Genghis. And when he does, he sees a way to free him. And he does free him, but when he frees him, there's the Vishanti, and everyone's back to normal. And they're like, okay, the contest is over. The Sorcerer Supreme has been chosen, but the whole battle, we don't know how long it took. A handful of pages, but they're like, they thought it was going on for hours, weeks, whatever. And some people like it just started, but everyone has a different idea as how long it took for them. And then everybody tells Doctor Strange he is obviously the Sorcerer Supreme, and he's still going, "Hey, look, I just want to be the master of mystic arts." And they're like, "Well, you got to take it. It's your responsibility now to be the Sorcerer Supreme."
Hey, Dory.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's like, now that you're here, the Vishanti leave. And when they leave, the aged Genghis tells him, he says, "Okay, now that you've become the Sorcerer Supreme, you have to, a boon has to be granted to you." And Doctor Strange tells him, he says, "I don't really want anything." And Genghis tells him, no, you're mistaking me. The boon's not yours. You have to give a boon. And who do you have to give a boon to? The runner-up. So this is one of the things. You want to win silver here, okay?
You got the gold medal, and now you have to grant Doom a wish.
yeah, you get the gold medal.
What in the hell?
And the guy that wins second place gets a wish. And Doctor Strange says, "I don't want to help him. I don't want to help him become, ruler of the world or whatever." And Doom just pops up. He's like, "Hey, don't mistake me. I don't need your help to become ruler of the world, matters of state. I need help doing something else." And that's when he tells him, he says, I need help to save the soul of my mother. And Doctor Strange kind of walks him back. He's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, that I need help to save the soul of my mother." And Doom even plays on Strange. He's like, or is not the soul of a woman, worth the consideration of the Sorcerer Supreme?
Oh man, that's low.
It is. So Strange agrees, but when he agrees, the damn temple falls down.
Yeah, I had to go back and reread this page for the simple fact that I'm like, when I got to the with whom, I'm like, wait, did I miss something? When did Doom blow up the temple?
No.
I'm like, no, it destroys itself.
Yeah.
Upon the boon being given, so.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It destroys itself when the boon is given and the Genghis lives. So it's like the temple was recreated just for this whole purpose. And when the Genghis like loses his mental faculties again and whisks back off to his cave, the whole temple falls apart.
Mm-hmm.
So outside, everybody else leaves, and they leave like Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom there, and they're like, okay, so what now? I'm going to help you. So Doctor Doom tells him, he says, hey, look, I'm going to, I flew in this spaceship, not spaceship, but this shuttle, airplane, whatever you want to call it, and we'll take it back to Latveria, which we find out this thing is like badass because he flies from Indonesia, to freaking like Eastern Europe in no time, in like an hour. And he shows up. This has been shown, the next scene where they show up and they're met with a parade and everybody's throwing flowers at Dr. Doom and thank you and all this. And Doom is like, you see, all my people love me. And Doctor Strange is like, this is kind of weird. They have such a reverence for him. They can't be faking it, even though this may be. This has been shown a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Early FFs, just craziness.
My favorite issue of supervillain team up with Magneto.
Yep. When Magneto comes to Latveria.
Mm-hmm.
So we get all the way here and get back to the castle. And when we get to the castle, Dr. Doom gives Dr. Strange his mother's journal for him to read. And Dr. Strange is talking to him about, what do you remember? And, not much. And he tells him, I remember a little bit from reading the journals, what Boris has told me, what else I've heard, and all. And to me, this is one of the most telling parts of the book. He says, Dr. Strange asked him, he says, if you've tried to save your mother so much by yourself and have never been able to do it, why did you wait for the contest of the Vishanti? Why didn't you just come and ask me? And Doom's like quiet for the next panel here, dude. And then he like throws his glass on the fire and he says, I'll do everything, but I don't beg. And then it's like, just good night. He dismisses him. And the thing is Doctor Strange is not saying, come beg me. He says, why didn't you just ask me for help? So Dr. Doom sees any kind of, him needing help, anything. It's begging for help.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then now we get to learn, Boris tells Dr. Strange the entire history of Dr. Doom's mother. How, she's married to the local doctor, and, they're both gypsies, and she's a witch. And, she does all the sexy naked magic we did in another issue. And she manages to conjure Mephisto, who offers her a way to, rid herself of the ruler of the country of Latveria, who is, forcing the gypsies out all the time. And he tells her, he says, hey, you could have anything. You could actually make your son a king. And she finally agrees. And when she does, Mephisto's like, I'm going to give you all this power, but your soul is mine. And what does she do with it? As soon as she gets it, she goes into town and threatens the king's guards. And when they go to attack her, she lashes out at them. And when she does, she like kills them. But then she hears all this screaming and wailing, and she realizes that Mephisto gave her all this power, but she can't control it. So when she lashed out at the guards, she's actually killing like all of the little children in town too.
Yeah, that's
That's what.
evil.
Well, yeah, and then she, she knows that she's gone too much, and she wants to give up everything. But before she can actually do that, one of the guards who, is on the edge of death manages to run her through, and she flees to the forest and dies when her husband finds her. And she begs him to protect their son and get out of the country, which that's what he does. He flees, and on his way out of the country, he takes her not hope chest, but her chest that has all of her arcane stuff in it, and throws it into the damn the river. The next day, it's back, and he tries to burn it. He tries to tear it up, and nothing he does will destroy this box full of magical tomes and such.
Yeah, she cast a spell on it before she died.
But then shortly after that is when we find out that Doom's father's killed, and then he turns to magic when he finds his mother's trunk, and eventually even becomes a scientist himself. And this is cuts in our FF5 right here, where he goes back and he's trying to contact his mom, and of course Reed Richards is telling him that his calculations aren't right, but he doesn't listen because he's too proud, and the damn machine blows up in his face.
You should have listened to that Motown song, "Ain't Too Proud to Beg."
Damn it, it's terrible. And then after that, shortly after this, is when we find out that Doctor Doom returns, finds Boris, and takes over Latveria and kills the king, or locks him away forever, but kills the king. And Boris tells Doctor Strange that Doctor Doom would risk anything to redeem his mother's soul. This is the second chapter in our Marvel movie series right here. This is where the heroes have to get all their power up for like 4 pages.
You might want to rephrase that word, heroes.
Well, technically they're heroes here because they're going to go fight the devil, even though one of them's not really the best hero.
Yeah.
But Doctor Doom spends because Doctor Strange literally hangs out in his castle for like 2 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks is like all this intense study. He's teaching Doctor Doom all of this magic, and even while he's doing that, Doctor Doom is plotting against Doctor Strange. He's like, even though he beats me and, Doctor Strange is a better sorcerer than I am, I can use my armor and technology to actually surpass him in power. And he, keeps upping his armor and everything else.
You would think that Steven would know better.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. He keeps talking about it here, but he's like, this is, the Vishanti, have given me this to do. I've got to do it, but, I hope Doctor Doom doesn't become, use this for evil. Just,
I hope he doesn't become ruthless with power. Oh, wait.
He's already ruthless.
I'm like, duh.
And then this is another thing here where Doom is like, when they get to go to they finally ready to go to hell and fight Mephisto. Dr. Strange is trying to be, hey, let's take it easy, all this. And Dr. Doom says, hey, look, we don't need to do this because, we're not cowards. And Dr. Strange tells him, he says, don't mistake caution for cowardice. And Doctor Strange casts a spell and they go to hell. And of course they show up and there are demons freaking everywhere. It looks like that issue of Sandman we read. So
yeah.
They show up demons are freaking everywhere. And Dr. Doom says, "Don't you think you could have picked a better spot to land?" And Strange tells him, "Hell's constantly changing. I just landed here, and we've got to deal with these demons before their master, Mephisto, finds out that we're here." And then you see there
this
at the
is
bottom.
This is like a weekend in Chicago.
In Chicago, damn it! Too late. This is an awesome ass picture.
This is probably my favorite panel of this book.
Really? Yeah, and this is awesome.
Like, if I could own one panel of this book, it would be this one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because this is that good. And this is one of the standout panels in the book. There's another one with Mephisto seating that reminds me of Mephisto from another book story that I like. We'll have to look at later. But yeah, Mephisto tells him, he's like, "Hey, even though you're trying to deal with all these demons, you can't escape me. I'm the ruler of hell, and even anybody in my realm I can see." And this is so he's like, "What are you doing? You're foolish enough to come to my realm." He threatens Doctor Strange first. And this is where we learn that Doctor Strange has been here before. And Mephisto tells him, he says, "This time you're not going to escape." Then he turns on, kind of says something to Doom. And Doom is like, "We're here to battle for my mother's soul." As previous challenge. And he says, "Hear me, demon." And Mephisto
turns into the Joker.
Yes. He freaking laughs at him. And then he grows huge. Like the Spectre in that one book we read.
Yeah.
He says, you demand? He says, you're not mere mortals. I see you, and you're not gods. You must be the gestures of the most cosmic order. And he grows huge and like freaking just cracks the earth beneath them, and they fall down into it. They do manage to get out a little bit though, but when they get out, then they get attacked by a damn freaking murder of crows there.
Literally.
Yes. And they're trying to blow him up. Yeah, I always like these pictures of Mephisto too. And I think
on his throne, yeah.
Yeah, on his throne with his, because he's always like got his legs spread all the way out and everything. He's kind of.
Oh, is that how you like Mephisto?
Oh yeah, I guess whatever. So I knew you'd try and go there. Too tired for that. Strange and Doom like still attacking, and he's still just he's freaking flat blast their ass away with a freaking sandstorm. And of course, Doctor Strange is blown away because he's just got his magic. And when the sandstorm happens, Doom's armor closes up immediately, so he can still keep going. And like that on his throne. That's so cool. He gets there, and Doctor Doom starts talking to Mephisto to try and bargain with him for his mother's soul.
It's like the beginning of the book was nothing compared to this. So,
well, I mean, it's kind of slow and it sets all this up, but even that, it's slow. It sets it up, but when you get to this point, that Doctor Doom's going to do some sketchy shit here. He's going to do some stuff he should not be doing.
Gonna do some sketchy shit. Hope we get away with it.
Exactly. Yeah. Of course, as Doctor Strange is being tortured now, he remembers all how his early life when he's just a butthole doctor.
Yeah.
And how his car crash that ruins his ability to perform surgery. How he really didn't give a shit about anybody but himself. Mm-hmm. And then kind of what led him to become Sorcerer Supreme, trying to find a cure for his own self. And then in that, he finds out that there's a lot more of the world than just you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
how much like Doctor Doom was Doctor Strange in the beginning?
That's actually something, you bring that you think about it, but yeah, they're a lot alike.
I mean, Steven has changed tremendously over the years, but in the beginning, like his basic origin story, he was just like Doom.
Yeah. I mean, he is a complete ass and everything else. And he seeks redemption. It's just, I don't know. I had never thought about that, but yeah, they are very similar characters. Only after he learns, to become the protector of the mystic art, master of the mystic arts and all that, protector of the world, he turns over a leaf and realizes, hey, I was a really bad asshole.
Yeah, he changes his life for the better, and Doom just gets worse and worse.
Yep.
Which is why we love him.
Damn it. So after Doctor Strange goes through all of that, he finally comes out of his little trance and realizes he's surrounded by demons. And so he's trying to fight for his life. And as he's doing that, Doctor Doom is still talking to Mephisto, and starts offering him the world. He's, look, you can see all of this. It's yours. Just, do this, for me. And Doctor Doom, kind of just turns everything around. He's like, no, I'm just here to get the soul of my mother. And finally, he says, this is all I want. And Mephisto says, okay, you can have it, if you get something. And Dr. Doom asks him, well, what's your price? And when he does, Mephisto goes ahead and says, he says the quiet part out loud. He says, you know what I want, and, we as readers don't necessarily know what he wants. We find out in a little bit. We got a good idea. And so here's, Doom's going to be, thrown in there by the demons, and Doctor Strange finally comes to save him. But when he gets to save him, he actually becomes incapacitated and is knocked down. He's kind of blacked out. And when he wakes up, he's trapped in this ice, like this crystalline structure. And he's trapped there, and Mephisto creates Doctor Doom's mother out of the sand. And, he's got her soul trapped in a little gem, and he gives her back her soul in another physical form. And he tells Doctor Doom to leave. Take your mom and go. You got what you want. Get out of here before I change my mind. He's doing this is the I've altered the contract. Pray I don't alter it any further. So Doom hauls ass, and while he's leaving, his mother finally asks him, what have you done? Mephisto would never let me go. And that's when Doctor Doom kind of tells him, I've offered to give the soul of the Sorcerer Supreme for you. And she gets upset with it, and Mephisto is just overwhelmed. He knows she was not going to leave. He knows she's actually good at heart, and she wouldn't let someone else kind of take her place and suffer. Mm-hmm. On top of that, she tells Doctor Doom here that, you're a fool also, because to give up Doctor Strange's soul, you would have to sacrifice your own eventually. So it's almost like Mephisto's going to get, if she leaves, it's a 2-for-1 deal, because Mephisto's going to get Doctor Doom's soul and Doctor Strange's.
Yep.
But she won't leave. And she renounces Doctor Doom. She's like, you're not my son. And Mephisto is just loving this. And Doom is just wrecked by it. It's probably the only time we ever see Doom really upset in the books.
Yeah,
I mean, normally he's not
on his knees crying.
Yeah, he's completely wrecked. Because this is something, like I said, we read that other book, which was in the 70s. So I mean, this storyline had been going on at least 10 years by this point.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a recurring theme, and he can't do anything about it. But while all that's going on and Mephisto's gloating, Doctor Strange manages to break out of the crystalline structure, not with his magic, but with a device that Doctor Doom had palmed him while he was unconscious. So Doom, even though he's offering up Doctor Strange's soul, kind of has a backup plan.
Yeah. He knows that come on, it's the devil, Mephisto.
Yeah, he's going.
He only deals from the bottom of the deck.
Period. Yeah, he's going to double cross me one way or the other. So I need to double cross him before he double crosses me.
Yeah, he's not your Huckleberry.
No. And that's what he says. He's like,
he says he's not your Huckleberry?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow.
Damn it. Yeah, right there. Not your Huckleberry.
Oh, cool.
You mortals seek to deceive me, the Prince of Deception. And of course, they all attack him at one time. Damn it. Yeah, right there.
That's a great panel.
The colors are what make this panel.
Yeah.
The green and the yellow is what really makes this panel. It makes it just stand out so much. Because the rest of it's
almost like where did Alan Scott come from?
Alan Scott. All of a sudden, Doctor Strange,
becomes becomes DC's Green Lantern Golden Age.
Golden Age Green Lantern. Jesus. So they both team up on Mephisto and are, really giving it, trying to destroy him and everything else. But Mephisto tells him, he's like, all of your powers are nothing to me. And just kind of blows him off. And they just don't understand what the hell's going on. And then finally, Doctor Strange realizes it when Mephisto destroys the damn little mountain they're standing on. He's like, we are not where we need to be.
No kidding.
That's another cool panel there. But like I said, all of this is the coloring. Who was the colorist on this? You had the book right there, right?
Yeah, I got it right here. Mark Badger. Mark Badger did the inks and the colors.
Oh, cool. Well, yeah, he did a damn good job. Because like I said, the earlier part of the book, like you were saying, that was really slow. If you go back and look at it, it's all like greens and browns and whatever. And this part, of course, is in hell, and it's all reds and yellows and oranges, with black thrown in for contrast. But yeah, it's great colors. Contrast is so good here. So Mephisto, pretty much he's going to lay the hammer down on him, and he's changing shapes and everything else. And Doctor Strange's like, we just got to get the hell out of here because there's nothing we can do. And as such, they do go to leave. And when they finally leave, they get out of there alive. Doctor Doom actually tells Mephisto goodbye. But they barely make it out, dude. Even Mephisto's trying to kill them all the way as they're leaving the realm until they actually pass through. His mother looks like his mother here is going to actually steps in and saves them. I don't remember this part here, but I read it earlier today. Lose your thunder. Yeah, that's it. His mother's soul actually helps them as they escape Mephisto, and he throws them out, and they tumble their ass back to Latveria. Sad because they couldn't actually save his mom's soul. And the other thing that's terrible about this is even though he doesn't save his mom's soul, now she's mad at him, in her own torment because of what he tried to do to save her.
Mm-hmm.
So even though he tries to do the right thing, he ends up being screwed in the end.
Yeah. Poor Doom.
Yeah, I feel so sorry for him.
And of course, we kind of end on this, infamous, scene on this bottom panel here of him standing on, one of his castle spires with his cape blowing in the wind.
Yeah, it
has been done like a million times, but looks so cool here because now it's in Mignola's art, which is so much different from anybody else at Marvel. So
very different. Mignola's really good. He does such good monsters. I think that's why he made that jump to Hellboy and stuff. And yeah, this is a classic. The other thing that gets me on this reading this though too, because we've done the other one, and now we've done this. Last week we did the Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom, and Dormammu with the Amazing Spider-Man. This is a storyline that they kind of let peter off because you remember a couple years ago, was it Secret Wars when Doom become like God Emperor Doom or whatever it was when he was all in the white.
Yeah,
he had the power of everything, and he didn't save his mom's soul then. It's just like they've kind of forgotten it, unless they've done something that I've just missed.
I think it's this would have kind of like left it that his mom, he already knows his mother won't leave hell because it would mean somebody else would have to trade places, and she won't let anybody else suffer as she has. And it was her that saved them and did just enough to Mephisto to allow them to get out.
Well, see, the thing too is I need to go back and look at the time period. With you bringing it up earlier, I'm the FF guy. Have you ever read? I think it's Fantastic Four Annual 19 when Doctor Doom kidnaps Franklin Richards.
It is so familiar to me, but
well, see, that's it. That's the issue. If you look at it, that's the annual where Doctor Doom kidnaps Franklin, and he's going to make an agreement with Mephisto to give Mephisto Franklin Richards for his mother's soul. I don't know if that's before or after this book, and it doesn't pan out. The Fantastic Four managed to stop it, but Doom is such a badass that he's.
What annual was that?
I think it's either 19 or 20. It's got a picture of Doctor Doom on the cover, and he's holding the little baby Franklin Richards.
Let's see.
Yeah, and he's just an ass. He's going to sacrifice somebody else's kid to save his mom, and I get that, but you're sacrificing them to the devil.
No, it's gonna be 2019 is starring the Avengers. It's the War to End All Skrulls.
Yeah, it's 20. But yes, I mean, I can't remember. That is, I'm looking it up too with you there. 87. So that may have been a little before this, or
this is before. That's before this because this is 89, I believe.
This is Triumph Torment's 89.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Copyright 1989.
So 2 years before this.
2 years before this, he tried to sacrifice Franklin. Too bad that didn't work out. So are we reading that next?
I was going to give the Doctor Doom and Fantastic Four a break for a little bit. I don't know. I was thinking about something that we just haven't read in a while. Because we've done like 3 Doctor Doom stories back to back. I was really thinking about going ahead and reading Fantastic Four 51, because that was on after we did 48, 49, and 50. And 51 is This Man, This Monster, which we stopped at. And at that point, we were like, hey, let's go and do this and read this one, but we didn't get a chance to. What'd you find?
That's the first page of Annual 20.
Annual 20, yeah.
Doom coming in, and I guess at this point, Johnny's gone, and it was, whoa, what happened? Where'd you go? Come back, Shame, come back. I got to go fetch him back. I hit X's so many times at the top that it went nuts. Where'd you go?
I'm back. I got kicked out.
Yeah, I did that by mistake. I hit too many X's, and it wasn't taking because it was running. It was running like a little laggy.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was kicked out. But yeah, so it looks like you said Johnny was gone, and there was Reed.
It looked like Johnny was gone. It was Reed, Sue, Ben, I think, but I'm not sure whether it was Ben or the female thing.
Yeah, because she was there at one time when they fought.
Was that Alicia?
I don't think it's Alicia, because Alicia's still in the story. So I'd have to go back and look at that.
Yeah, I don't remember who, but but Crystal was on the team at that point.
Yeah, Crystal, Johnny's Johnny's sometimes on again, off again girlfriend.
Yeah, that could like fry him in a heartbeat. Yeah.
You fry him in a heartbeat.
Oh man, this cracks me up. I went back to Facebook to be like, come back, and it's got like numbers on the something. I got to click on it to get it all. It's like I got to get rid of all notifications. It's just. It's my thing. It just irks me. And then of course, the last thing was the that had notifications on it was the marketplace. So I click on that, so it opens up Facebook Marketplace, and some ass is sitting there trying to sell the Batman 232 first appearance of Ra's al Ghul facsimile edition, calling it mint, and asking $17 plus shipping.
Have you not seen the ones they're doing on the Facebook Marketplace with like the Wolverine 180, 181? They're like 30 and 40 and $50 for the facsimiles, the ones that were just released like 6 months ago.
Yeah, you know why? Because when they released the facsimile of New Mutants 98, somebody put it up on eBay for like $500. They go, super rare, first appearance of Deadpool. And they weren't lying. They just left all the pertinent information out. But if you actually look at the cover, you're like, wow, comics have been like, over $5 for a long time now, I guess. Because it's got the $5, it's got the $4.99 price tag on it.
Well, the other thing is it's got $4.99 on the damn cover, but then it's got the freaking barcode at the bottom. How do you not see the damn barcode?
Somebody that is just, that doesn't pay attention much saw that and goes, ooh, it's a newsstand edition.
Don't
and I think he got like between $900 and $1,200 for it somewhere.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if the sale went through. If somebody like, DM'd the guy that bought it, be like, you do know that's the reprint that came out like last week.
Yeah.
Like the day it came out, this guy put it up for that. And it had a bunch of, he put it up for a lot lower, but he had a bunch of all they do is they see that cover and they're like bid, 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 bid.
Yeah.
Thinking they're getting a score. They're gonna get it in. They're gonna get it graded, and they're gonna make like $2,300 or something. And,
yeah. Well,
thanks for playing.
yeah. The thing is that's where you have to look back and go, if something's too good to be true, it probably is.
Mm-hmm.
So while I was out today, taking my sister and them out,
You got Batman.
I got Trinity by Wagner. You ever read it?
You want to buy all the original issues?
I don't know. I got this now. Original's probably gonna cost me. Is it good? Is it a good read or is it a bad read?
I don't remember.
It,
because they did Wagner did that. I think that's the miniseries.
Yeah, I think
that's the miniseries, and then of course they turned it into like a full blown series. Oh, well, you just buying all kinds of stuff.
Well, I picked that up. Dude, you can buy them. They're so cheap there. I'm like, really? I picked up
what
two
store?
Books. That one, Ollie's.
Oh yeah, there's an Ollie's up here. I don't know if they still have them. Mr. Punch from Neil Gaiman.
Yeah, and McKean.
And Dave McKean, yeah.
I've never read it, never even heard of it. It was like $4.99. So I'm like,
for $5 for a $25 hardcover. Yeah.
I think this one may have been more than $25. It says, yeah, this one's $35. It said $35. It's a giant, like 20th anniversary special edition. Look how much bigger than it is than the other one.
Oh yeah,
it's gigantic. But I mean, I think that's
like the gaming one's almost European sized.
Yeah. Really? The European comics are different sizes?
Oh yeah, they're big. Yeah.
Really? I never buy any European. I've bought maybe one or two, but they're always kind of the normal size or magazine size.
Well, hold on.
I didn't know their regular comics were bigger.
Are they still up here? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Joker's trying to run away. Get up there, you crazy nut.
No, dude, that's what we need to read while we're talking about crazy stuff. And Dave McKean, we were talking about it a while back. It's a graphic novel. We can read it between now and next week. We need to just go ahead and do Arkham Asylum.
Oh, bloody hell. I don't know where my copy is.
Oh, damn it. I can get it to you.
Yes.
I haven't read that in freaking years.
Of course, they're at the very bottom. So these are
kind of crazy art.
This is family entertainment, as I would call it. I don't want to call it all ages because all ages gets a bad thing. These are from Mike Jimmy Laroche de Bruin from the Netherlands. And these are full size, Belgium size and UK size, like comics. And
holy crap! Yeah, so they are. That's about the right size too.
And what's great about them? Well, this is just like a great series. Like anybody can read these. It's just a fun story for all ages with a world build. I'll send you a link to some of his stuff. He sent me those as a gift because he's the one that drew that Joker for me.
Oh, cool.
I bought the Joker off him, and he sent me like the first 3 issues of his book. And of course, that is a Silver Surfer homage, if you couldn't tell.
Yes, so like a stone dude on a Silver Surfer surfboard.
Yeah, but everything's stone. But I can't remember the artist's name that did the cover, but he's worked for like Marvel. He's done work for Marvel before, and this is like a homage to
Buscema.
That's the one. Yeah, it's a Buscema cover. So, and I'm glad I went looking for that because I couldn't figure out where my last batch of books came in. These came in the other week. I don't know if I showed you these. I still have these are the ones I was looking for, and I grabbed a batch that I'd already read from them. But I got in Bad Idea ENIAC number 4, Sleigh Bells.
Sleigh Bells. Santa on it.
This is the $1 book that Bad Idea put out. Hank Howard, Pizza Detective, Caligula's Cafe.
Damn it.
Tankers number 2. And the first issue of The Lot. And man, I'm just loving horror comics again. But this is the important lot. I got these for between $1 to $2 a piece. I got the first issue of the Ragnan miniseries.
Oh, sweet.
I got some gold keys.
Really?
I got Buck Rogers in the 25th Century gold keys.
Okay. Did you get the? Oh no, Buck. That's Buck Rogers, not Flash Gordon. Okay. Oh my God, you got the movie books.
The TV series
TV show,
books.
yeah, TV shows books with Twiggy in it.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the Buck Rogers game?
Not really. This looks a lot like a Star Trek cover, but it's the same people doing it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a cool cover.
And I mean, these covers are just gorgeous in this one.
Yeah, that's a cool cover.
And this one is a Whitman.
Oh, so that's the alternate distribution area. Yep.
And here's one that you will be psyched to see.
Johnny Quest. Oh,
number 1.
I save that sucker every time I find one.
Johnny Quest number 1.
Such a good book.
I got a couple more books. This is the toy dealer. I got a couple more books off him, and so he's charged. I gotta pay him like either tonight or tomorrow. And oh, hey Pops, thanks for showing up late. At least he showed up and said something.
Yeah, we were kind of a little tired today.
I can't remember the 2 books. I remember I got Johnny Quest issue 2 out of the 2 books I got. But what I usually do is I'll pay him and I'll have him hold the Gemini until I buy enough books to fill it up.
The one you need to get with.
I've been busy. You playing golf? Pops needs a little mini vacation because 12 hours in the chair last Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then back into Monday. So yeah.
The issue of that Johnny Quest you need to get, I'm pretty sure I'm right on the number. We'll have to double check it. Is issue 4. Because I think it's issue 4 that tells what happens to Johnny's mom as to why she's not around and goes into what happened with her.
Oh, I'm sorry, bud. You'll get back out there soon.
Not if it's 105 degrees.
No, if Pops is in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and we've been there's been a storm covering from South Rhode Island all the way up into New Hampshire, like the last couple of days.
Okay.
We've had a flood warning for like 3 days, which is probably why my internets went out last night. It was out for about 2 or 3 hours. So, but I was psyched to see those on there, and I'm like, I'm still like looking for some of the issues from First Comics, Southwest Michigan. Not southwest, not up. Okay. He's on the peninsula of Florida. There's better golf there. Anyhow, what the hell was I saying?
You were looking for some First Comics issues?
Oh yeah, of to finish off I'm not missing that many to finish off my run of Mike Grell's issue series from First, John Sable Freelance, the original.
Yeah, I was going to say don't say that because I was looking at John Sable the other day. They were talking about it in the freaking in the old guys Michelana. But in the old guys group they were talking about it, and they were talking about how they missed that series. And I've only read like 1 or 2 issues of John Sable Freelance, but I looked at the first issue and the art is freaking killer.
Oh yeah. Hey, Pops, I got some Gold Key Buck Rogers books and a Johnny Quest, Blast from the Past.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need a few issues of that. I'd say probably like 14 or 15 issues of that.
Yeah, it went, what, 57 issues, wasn't it?
Yeah, 57. They sold me 1 through 40 for like 15, 20 bucks. But there were like a few issues in that run that were missing. But, I'm like, fine, I'll find them.
Yeah, I mean, you got 40 comics for 20 bucks.
Oh, I saw those. Okay. I have the 1986 Arrow Realms #4. Found it the other day in a miscellaneous box. Cool. I'm still waiting for my my Indie Vote Revolt books to come in. Trades, sequential art from various people around the globe, and I threw in some extra money to get from Randy Zimmerman because he's got Arrow Comics 4. Arrow Comics is back with 4.0.
Yeah.
And they're doing all new stuff. And but I threw in some money to get some random, original first run Arrow comics just for the hell of it. And I'm just waiting for mine to come in. Showed it to Randy, and he told me it's actually FA or someone.
First art of someone.
Oh.
Or first appearance. Yeah.
First appearance. First appearance or first art. But same difference. Still something special.
Yeah.
That's cool. But yeah, so I need to get a few of those, and I need a few more copies of the first appearance. Yes, I need a few more copies of Badger. I think one of them is issue number 8, and I think issue 8 is it's either 8 or 9 is the issue that my bud that owns my LCS way back in the day sent in fan art to the dude and the Red Baron, and they put it in the back of that issue. So
sweet.
So he's been published. So of course I want that one, and then I'll bust his chops and I'll bring it into the store and make him sign it for me. And then I'll send it to Mike. I go, can you sign? He goes, who's this other guy that signed it? I go, that's the dude that did the fan art in the back. You track somebody from fan art? I go, I know him. He runs my LCS.
Damn it. The only books like that I'm really looking at for little independent series like that, I'm still trying to finish my Pacific Comics runs. Twisted Tales, Alien World.
Oh yeah,
they're not huge runs, but they're just kind of hard to find. And I mean, you can find them jacked up. I want nice copies though, and I'm trying to finish out the first handful of issues of American Flag, and I'm working on my Nexus run, but I know it may sound stupid, but there are a bunch of issues if you get into it, like the later issues. Rude didn't draw those.
Nope.
Somebody else showed up and drew
them.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not really on the look for those. I'm just trying to get all the Nexus issues that Rude actually did.
Have you seen that the dude is putting up stuff for sale from the old Nexus and it's cheap? Like,
oh, I hadn't seen that.
He's got and I want to buy it like in the worst way. I don't know if it's sold yet. You know the like DC used to do the DC Currents, where it would just be DC comic news, comics coming out, like a checklist inside and some little newsy things and like a pretty cover. Well, Comico used to do the same thing, and the dude drew Alex Toth's Space Ghost, like the ships in the background, Space Ghost out front, and he signed it. It's just like this free give out that they used to have at the stores. He's like $7. So it's going to cost you $7 for him to sign it and send it to you. I'm like, sure. And then he's got a couple of random copies of Nexus that he signed, and you might be able to negotiate a quick remark on the cover from him and just get him to send him out to you and be like,
oh, yeah. That would be cool.
Probably be like $50 or $100 to get him to stop whatever he's doing to do like a quick like Nexus header or like one of the other characters on the cover or something.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just such a good series. The thing that's funny is you're talking about the Space Ghost and everything from the Comico newsletter.
Mm-hmm.
You've read that? I think it's Comico when Rude did the Space Ghost. I can't remember who wrote it, but they did the first modern Space Ghost, like a big. It's like a 45-page prestige book. It's a giant Space Ghost story, all drawn by Steve Rude back in the day.
Is it like one big book or is it a miniseries?
No, it's one big book.
Oh.
Let me see if I can look it up for you.
Oh, here's another one to get me mad. You're right. New Mutants 98 facsimile, first Deadpool. These people buying these are people that don't know what the word facsimile means. $35.
Really?
Yep.
That's dumb as crap.
Let's see.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I think I had that somewhere.
Yeah, it's a good book. Yeah, it's a great book.
So let's see. I put one too many things in there. I type in Steve Rude to search results. I get new Steve Madden flats. The only thing I got that was Steve Rude is the cover of Action Comics 1004. He did the cover for.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of cover stuff lately. But cool.
Yeah, I'll throw this up too because this is like gorgeous.
I got that one.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was Rude, but I bought that one because it was an alternate book. It was the variant copy.
Yeah. Kal-El's just like, you're not shitting on my cape again.
Damn it. Look at you birds.
Hello. Damn Canadian geese.
But
I think he's got him on his page. Steve Rude. And of course, he's got Nexus as his thing. Oh, he's got the thing up for the newspaper strips.
Yeah, I haven't been on this page lately. I usually get notifications whenever he's live and that kind of stuff. But yeah,
it's weird because this stuff and great Wonder Woman sketchbook. I see like some of this stuff. He hasn't posted on his personal page in a while. It's like it'll come up when I'm on my tablet or phone, but when I'm actually looking for it, it won't come up anywhere. But I guess last year when they canceled Free Comic Book Day, there was supposed to be a bunch of Nexus stuff available that day. One was Nexus as it happened. Another book that he did was Moth, the Free Comic Book Day edition. There was a Nexus Free Comic Book Day edition.
I've been thinking about getting the Moth, but I haven't picked it up.
There's a Rude Dude newspaper from that same publisher, which is him. He's the publisher.
Yeah. And
then there's Nexus. Then there's a set Nexus 99 through 102 set that was available. That cool. I guess it's either his new stuff or reprinted. If I could get a good price on that newspaper one, I would definitely be interested in that.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah, we got to figure that out. But so what I'll do,
I know Marvel released last week. They released that Doctor Strange omnibus with the first 40 issues of Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it's this freaking thick.
That's why it's an omnibus.
Yeah, you can kill people with it.
Yep.
But what I was saying,
give me no ideas.
Don't give you no ideas. I'll let you know.
Cool. So until next week, us old boomers are going to go to bed and not together and get some sleep because we're old and tired. And we will catch you all next week. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Friday night, I am going live with the Red Gaze crew to talk about Sunsworn, and which is in demand right now. And if you follow me on Twitter at JokerFan, you would have seen the post that I put up. It's going to be on JokerFan 1969, the podcast page on Facebook. It will be on my YouTube channel, and it will also be on Periscope over on Twitter. So hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow night. And, peace, love, and read some comic books, would you? And I forgot I got to scroll down for this crap now. Oh, I forgot. We'll go out with watching the trailer for Mavericks, Volume 1. They're going to be on Creators Outlet in a couple of weeks. We're just narrowing down a date and time for Neff and Freak Girl. So let's look at this on the way out for tonight.
War is a topic of vital importance, a subject of inquiry that cannot be ignored. It is a matter of life and death. It can be a road to safety or to ruin.
In an alternate version of our world, brought to the brink of total collapse, rival nations fight for global domination, and elite pilots in futuristic combat suits wage war on the battlefield of tomorrow. Now, 6 brave soldiers on a seemingly routine rescue mission will encounter more than they bargained for and uncover a dangerous secret that could change their world if they live long enough to see it. Origins, Volume 1.
Now on Indiegogo.
Go check that out and back it today. Thomas and I are out of here until next week, and we'll catch y'all later.